say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
incredible performance was from Skylar Cole, singing our national anthem. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. So the New York starting five. Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Pistons, sliding in at the wing spot, it's Ivy and Hardaway Jr. Inside for him, it's Harris and Durant. And it's Cunningham in at the one. And Shams, New York really putting something together around Jalen Brunson.
Knicks fans have a lot of reason for optimism. It'll be interesting to me, though, to see if this team can get further and further in the Eastern Conference to a conference finals, maybe to an NBA finals, and winning a championship. But how can they continue to surround Jalen Brunson with superstar talent? That will be interesting to monitor in the year.
Absolutely. That front office will really be looked at as they try to build the pieces around this terrific young player.
And now they have stability, they have assets, they have players that they can trade that are wanted around the league. So this New York team, they finally have direction, and they finally have hope, and they finally have a chance to win in the East.
Absolutely. Here's Cunningham. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. Brunson against Cunningham. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, I spoke to him about the plan for Karl Anthony Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him and expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Harris. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. Harris finds Duran. Just 5 to shoot. Duran with a screen on Anunoby. Hardaway, no good. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against the Heat in Miami. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been high.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, for whatever reason, and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pull on the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Here's Hardaway. After New York gets the three, the Pistons working the ball around now. Duran sets the screen for Cunningham. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Anunoby outside. Here's Brunson. Rebound, Detroit. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So what you look for in the first game, 1, does one team make a statement? And 2, how does the other team react to that?
And look at Harris just going for it up high for that alley-oop.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in big moments, to defend at a high level, and I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys in.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. Now, here's Ivy, coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia. Anunoby against Ivy. Pass to Brunson. Anunoby with it. Still yet to score. Here's Bridges. It's hauled in by Harris. For Detroit, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And slam dunk by Ivy.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finish.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
It's the dance dance. Get ready, everybody. You want to see yourself on the screen? Ready, let's go!
He's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And a switcher also for New York. Miles McBride's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Knicks trail by 3. McBride passes to Anunoby. Here's McBride. Towns a screen on Cunningham. No problems knocking that one down. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want, but there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. Here's Bridges. Following the basket by Cade Cunningham. In the corner, Ivy with it. Back to Cunningham. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter of the game. And the shot goes in. Cunningham's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Knicks trail by 5. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now McBride. We saw him with 10 points last game. Cranes the three-pointer. He has 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And JB Bickerstaff has called a timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Look here for the Pistons. Stewart checked in for Jalen Duren. Malik Beasley comes in for Harris. Hardaway's checked in for Jaden Ivey. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Cunningham. To Sasser. Here's Holland. Beasley outside. 6 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Now you love to see a guard like Malik Beasley take it down low and be willing to compete and make a shot.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks, trailing by 4. And the layup falls. Brunson's got 6.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Here's Sasser. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Holland. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And here's Brunson. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. He takes it in. Yep, that one goes in there. 8 points for him.
And this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Payne, and it's Sims in at the center. Here's Holland, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Sunday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Monday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And looking at the Hornets matchup, that's number 9 on the season for them. They should start feeling good about themselves at that point.
And that one falls for Holland. And he makes both free throws. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it. But it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend.
365, 24/7.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Stewart kicks to Beasley. Jacks up a three. The rebound by McBride.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you. The first free throw is good. Hey, Shams, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they've just passed a note down to me, or Dan here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face out of this crop.
And we cannot wait. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Beasley's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pistons. Payne passes to Brunson. Bridges kicks to Hart. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Brunson. It's blocked.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources? The players, the agents, the GM, the scouts all over the NBA.
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
Boy, Malik Beasley, known as a pure scorer, but how about the setup of his teammate right there? That's a pretty pass.
Knicks trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Bridges, no one around him. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And Holland gets it to go. It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And New York making a change here. McBride passes to Anunoby. Now, Hart. Will it go? Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
So confident in the painted area. Josh Hart understands how to score inside.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And how about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
One shot.
The intensity, the toughness, the absolute ability to play bigger than your size. That is Josh Hart.
Now, here's Ivy. There's the lob to Duran. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Bridges outside. Outside, Towns. There's a screen for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Bridges outside. Back to McBride. Towns for three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
This is a big who we know stretches the floor to great effect. Mr. Towns from 3.
Shams, I am so sorry our time has run out. It has been great having you here with us. We appreciate your time so much, and I hope we do it again soon.
Thanks, Kevin. Anytime. You know when I'm not on my phone, I'm here to talk to you and talk hoops with you any time of the day.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much again. ADB, wasn't that terrific talking to Shams? He is as plugged into everything around the NBA as anyone you could hope to meet.
A guy who's really in the know, and as somebody who prides themselves on doing research, boy, you have got to respect the legwork and the dedication he brings to the table.
That's good from Harris. Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Break 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And, Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Payne dishes to Bridges. On the wing, Anunoby. Guarded by Hardaway. For 3, Bridges. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, good position, feet set. Bridges totally ready to get the shot off in catch-and-shoot situations. Nicely done.
Anunoby against Hardaway. Ivy passes to Cunningham. Curran sets the screen for Cunningham. It's rebounded by Towns.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Payne. Rebound by the Pistons. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either. Here's Hart. Count the basket. Hart's got 8 points.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Here with Tom Thibodeau. Coach, I saw you getting into your team. What's been the problem?
We're playing a low-energy game. We got to get into the ball. Our ball pressure has to be a lot better. Got to challenge shots, so we're playing low energy on offense.
I sense a theme. Energy seems to be a problem. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the New York Knicks.
My bed is the best you can buy, but it ain't as soft as their defense right now. They got to shore up that side of the ball.
I think Shaq needs a nap. Somebody's tired of watching Bad D. And now here's something that's always interesting. Let's see what the fans are up to on social media. Okay, fellas, Sporty Kayla says, if you guys weren't basketball stars, what would you have done for a living? Good one.
Probably save more lives. I am a doctor.
Honorary Shaq. That's not the same.
That's Dr. O'Neill to you. Don't be disrespectful. I went to class.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Knicks trail by 5. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Inside for him, it's Harris and Duran. And it's Hardaway in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half.
Let's remember this is 6'8" with some hops. OG Anunoby with the dunk.
The ultimate glue player, Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
And it's Towns missing. Pistons leading by 3. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Anunoby against Hardaway. Out to Brunson. Lets a floater go. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
That free throw missing. And one thing among many, Doors, that's so impressive about Jalen Brunson, the way he goes to work in the paint. Wow.
Kevin, at his size, you have got to be crafty. You've got to have great footwork and great patience. You've got to be willing to work in a crowd. What he does is really impressive. Well, because Jalen Brunson is such a terrific decision maker, you can tell how confident and comfortable this team is when he runs the offense.
Duran sets the screen for Ivy. Pistons working now with the new shot clock. Count that one.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Pass to Anunoby. Towns against Duran. And it's in there. Towns has got 5.
That can be a difficult shot for some, but Towns very capable in the mid-range.
Ivy kicks to Cunningham. Back to Ivy. Hardaway sets a screen for Ivy. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 5.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Anunoby passes to Bridges. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Boy, how about that quick 3 response by Mikal Bridges?
And timeout. happens every season, Doris. We have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside Hardaway. Back to Cunningham. Rebounded by Hart.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
They get it back. And it's Towns missing.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. off the bounce, the rise and fire. That's pretty.
Here's Brunson. And Cunningham with the block. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. He takes it up and lays it in. And it's a 6-point Piston lead.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Pass to Anunoby. Hart against Harris. Hart kicks to Towns. Fires for 3. That shot misses. Pistons leading by 6. And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovic all miss significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Jaden Ivey.
Well, he's got moves and counter moves inside. Towns makes the defender pick his poison.
We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
But Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
Hart the pass to Brunson. Brunson stays agile and finds his opening inside.
Jalen Brunson right now attacking without hesitation. His foot is on the gas pedal.
The Pistons lead it. Outside Hardaway. Back to Sasser. Outside Hardaway. Curran sets the screen for Hardaway. Sinks the three-pointer. Hardaway's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we know that Tim Hardaway Jr. can space the floor. You don't want to allow him to start cooking.
McBride with the ball. He's got 5. There's Brunson from deep.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. A different look here for Detroit. Stewart checked in for Jalen Duren, and it's Malik Beasley in for Hardaway. Then for the Knicks, Sims is checked in, and Cameron Payne subbed in for Jalen Brunson. .153 left in the third quarter. Harris finds Sasser. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Sasser's got 5 now.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Bridges. He's got 6. Pass to Payne. There's the triple. Sasser with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And let's check out some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 21 points per game last year, 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Free throw good. Sasser. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Knicks trail by 5 and pushing it up. Here's New York. McBride passes to Payne. 1:12 left to play in the third. 4 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Doesn't go that time.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing called.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Pistons passing it around. A nice shot by Harris.
A solid 6'8". Harris can more than handle his own inside. Really an overlooked part of his game.
New York's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. McBride finds Towns. .26 seconds left to play in the third. He can't get that one to fall.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Harris passes to Howard. To Sasser, 5 on the clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Sasser's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
And so it's Detroit in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the court for the Knicks. Payne out there with Toppin. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Sims in at the center position. Knicks trail by 9. Payne kicks to Brunson. Rebound, Detroit. Here's Holland. Sims with the rebound. Sims has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Brunson finds Payne. Pass to Brunson. Back to Payne. And the shot goes in. Payne's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for New York.
Boy, the vision of Jalen Brunson is something to behold. This guy, an elite passer.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Now Sasser. Here's Holland. Payne covering. Here's Holland. To the left side wing. Fires it up. And that's collected by Brunson. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, what a dribble move by Brunson. Ball on a string on that drive.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
It's time for the dance hand. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Come on, show us your move. You gotta dance like it. Everybody's back there. Let's see what you got.
Different look here for Detroit. Whiter's checked in. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Marcus Sasser. The Knicks making a switch here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during the break, I listened in on J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle, and he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thanks, David. Cunningham passes to Beasley. And they recover it. Here's the drive, and it's good for 2. And the Pistons lead by 7.
But to me, that's Malik Beasley playing bigger than his size. This guy just keeps coming despite the contact.
The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. McBride passes to Sims. Pass to Brunson. Oh, muscling it in. Brunson.
That's toughness. That's ability to absorb contact and finish. That is Jalen Brunson in a nutshell.
4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Beasley kicks to Cunningham. Back to Beasley. Clock at 6. It goes straight through with the switch.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. And it's Fontecchio with the rebound.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Stewart with the screen on Brunson. Beasley for three. It's good. The basket, he's now 5 for 9.
We know Mr. Beasley wants to drain it from distance, especially if you give him any kind of space.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. The Knicks making a switch here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Hart. Back to Brunson. Over Cunningham, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. 22 points here for Jalen Brunson. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Can't cash in from close range. Knicks trail by 8. Anunoby passes to Brunson. Brunson takes off. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Harris has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Cunningham. Launches it. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's Brunson. Shoots it up. Brunson with another miss.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Detroit leading by 10. Here's Hardaway. Rebounded by Hart. For New York, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th of 9. Towns with the bucket.
I'll tell you this, nice play by Towns. This guy can get it done. Back to the basket or facing up, doesn't matter.
1:41 left to play here in the 4th. Now, here's Cunningham. Druin with the screen on Brunson. Cunningham drives in. And it's been a tough game for him offensively. Knicks trail by 8. Here's Bridges. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
That is big-time composure from Mikal Bridges. Backs against the wall. Got to have a bucket, and he delivers.
1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Brunson against Cunningham. And no good. Towns with the defensive effort. The Knicks shooting 43% for the game. Bridges. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you love to see Bridges keep the pressure on the defense and draw the contact.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Pistons.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Here's Cunningham. A special move before the shot. And the Pistons lead by 6.
Oh, that is big time by a big-time player. Cunningham loves the moment.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. .50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Inside. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
And they double up Cunningham. Hardaway passes to Duran. So they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Team foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Cunningham. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Team 4.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. Guys, your thoughts?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Bridges for 3. No good on that one. Ivy against Bridges. And so the Pistons take the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we present the player of the game, Cade Cunningham.